Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. The need for speed is back in the bi-state. The Enjoy Illinois 300 is this weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And this morning, we're talking racing with St. Louis's own Kenny Wallace. Good morning, my friend.
Man, you always look good.
Oh, you know what? Thank you very much. That's very kind. That's
I'm
a
a
good way
big
to start
fan
off
of
the
yours.
interview. Good way to start off the interview. Do you miss racing?
Oh, I miss the competition a little bit. You know, racing in, the highest form of motorsports in America for 26, 27 years. And now I'm back in St. Louis. So I'm happy to watch my Cardinals and Blues.
Okay.
That takes the sting out.
Yeah. But when you're on like 55, is it hard for you to drive 55?
Yeah, he's got the song right. I can't drive 55. But coming from Arnold, Missouri down here, I felt my blood getting worked up, Rennie. I was like, I'm ready to go racing.
Well, take the foot off the gas.
Yes.
Take the foot off the gas. Let's talk about Worldwide Technology Raceway and this big race. This is a NASCAR playoff event.
Yeah.
How much does that raise the stakes?
I'm so proud of St. Louis because we keep upping our game. You know, with Worldwide Technology, Dave Stewart, he's done a lot over there. And NASCAR took a look at it, and they said, we're going to give you a playoff race because St. Louis is doing it right. So, the first playoff race was last week in Darlington. Here we are in St. Louis, pack about 60,000 people in there. So everybody in the racing industry, we're jacked up on Mountain Dew, man. We're excited. We're excited.
Who's one of the drivers to watch? Who's the one you say, that guy's got a great shot at pulling this off?
Yeah, like the Albert Pujols of our sport right now is Kyle Larson. He to be the man, you have to beat the man. But now we got this kid, Chase Briscoe, who just won last week. Now, Coach Joe Gibbs, Joe Gibbs Racing, they hired
I know him from when he was coaching football in the
right?
NFL. Yeah.
Isn't that great? I got goosebumps thinking about it. I mean, the guy that won the Super Bowls owns race teams. But, anybody can win now in NASCAR because they created this new race car. They created very little work to do on the cars. So it's called the Next Gen. Everybody's got the same car, but there's still a lot of adjustments. And sometimes we have a lot of surprise winners.
Oh, yeah.
So it's fun to watch now because you don't know who's going to win.
Right. How do you, when you look at this course, how would you rate this particular course? Because they're not all the same. And each week or each race, you got to kind of learn the course, the curves, and all this and that. How would you rate this one here in the St. Louis area?
This is a 10 because this is one of the most unique racetracks in all of America. When they built this racetrack, it had a lot to do with the land. So turns 1 and 2 are really tight. And you will hear the drivers downshifting as if they're on a road course, but it's not. So turns 1 and 2 are very tight. You go down the back straightaway, and then the turn's really wide. So they're constantly shifting to try to gain an advantage on each other. So this is a really unique racetrack, and everybody loves it. All the drivers love it because they feel St. Louis getting ready for it. They say, man, St. Louis loves NASCAR, and they love the racetrack.
It's a big party. I'll tell you that much. It's a big party out there. When someone is watching the race, you're going to advise the fans, here's where you need to look. Where would you tell them to look? Is it just look at the whole thing? Is it the straightaway, certain turns?
First of all, before you get into your seat, go rent a scanner. So important. Rent a scanner, and NASCAR and the teams allow it. You can listen in to the driver and the crew chief. Okay, it's time to pit. We're going to fill it up with gas, and we're only going to take 2 tires, not 4. And now you know that. But, the complete racetrack is awesome. But I got to tell you, turn 1 and 2, man, it all goes nuts down there.
Yes. So I just find it amazing when I watch a race, and they're going 200+ miles an hour. 3 cars apart. Basically a stretch of highway or a raceway about the size of a regular highway. How do they do it? I mean, there are some wrecks, but you would think there'd be wrecks every single lap. How do they do it?
This takes me back to, I know a lot of the baseball Cardinals, and I'd asked Jason Israel, and I was like, Jason, Game 7 World Series, how do you throw that ball? With millions of people watching, and they nicknamed me Herman. He'd say, Herman, how do you go 200 mile an hour? So, I'd run Daytona and Talladega, some of the biggest races in the world, lay in bed that night with my wife watching the replay. And I said, I can't believe that's me out there. She goes, honey, that's why I don't got any fingernails. Y'all are crazy. So it's nerve-wracking. But, once you get into the game, you're just into the game. You forget about it all.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being here.
Love
By
you,
the way,
man.
Thank you. You look great.
Big fan of
look
yours.
great.
I watched you my whole career,
See,
my whole life.
This is why he'll be invited back every single time.
Best dressed man in St. Louis, and I'm not talking about media. Just you always look good, and you get up so darn early.
I know. I want a nap right now. I really do. I want to.
You put a lot of effort into it, and for that you deserve an A++.
Thank you, Kenny. Appreciate
Thank
you
you
being here.